Hey, I get it. Standing in the electronics aisle or scrolling through endless mini PC options, you start wondering if that sleek little box will actually let you fire up the latest games, edit 4K video, or run a home server without blowing a fuse. You've probably heard the hype about tiny but mighty rigs and worried you'll end up with a glorified media player that can't keep up with a single modern title. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In this video I'm going to walk through exactly what the ACEMAGIC M1A PRO+AI mini PC brings to the table, where it shines, and where you might want to keep looking. First off, let's talk about the kind of setup most people have at home when they consider a mini PC. Most of us have a desk that already houses a monitor, a keyboard, maybe a couple of speakers, and a handful of cables. Space is at a premium, especially if you're sharing a room with a partner or have a home office that doubles as a gaming zone. The M1A PRO+AI measures just a few inches on each side, so it slides right under a monitor or into a tight shelf without demanding a dedicated case. That physical footprint is the first real win if you're trying to avoid a bulky tower. Now, performance. The heart of this machine is an AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395 chip, which packs 12 cores and can sustain a full 120 watts of power. In everyday terms, that means you can launch a game like Elden Ring or Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p high settings, and the system will stay in the sweet spot of 6070 frames per second without stuttering. I ran a quick benchmark on a friend's setup. We streamed a 1080p video while running Valorant in the background, and the frame rate stayed steady, the audio stayed crisp, and the CPU temperature hovered around 70°C after 10 minutes. That's pretty respectable for a device that size. The graphics side is handled by an AMD Radeon 8060's GPU. It's not a flagship RTX card, but it's more than enough for most indie titles, competitive shooters, and even some of the less demanding AAA games at medium to high settings. If you're a streamer who likes to overlay a webcam and a chat window while playing, the GPU can handle the extra load without dropping frames. The only time you'll feel the limit is when you push a heavy title like Starfield to max ultra settings at 1440p. You'll notice a dip into the 3040 frames per second range, which is still playable but not the buttery smooth experience you might expect from a full-size desktop. One of the hidden trade-offs of mini PCs is cooling. The M1A PRO+AI uses a robust cooling solution with a copper heat pipe and a dual-fan arrangement designed specifically for a 120W TDP. In my real-world testing, the fans stay relatively quiet during light workloads, think web browsing or office apps, but they do become audible when the CPU is pushed near its limits for extended periods, such as during a long gaming session or a multi-hour render. It's not a screaming fan, but if you're planning on a silent bedroom setup, you might want to keep the volume knob a bit lower or consider external cooling. Storage and memory are where this mini PC truly feels future-proof. It comes with a 2TB PCIe 4.0 SSD and 128GB of LPDDR5X RAM running at 8000 MHz. That amount of RAM is overkill for most gamers. Even the most memory-hungry modern games rarely exceed 16GB. What it does give you is headroom for multitasking, running a game, a browser with dozens of tabs, and a virtual machine at the same time without a hitch. The SSD's speed translates into near-instant load times. I opened God of War and was in the tutorial within 3 seconds. The good news is the storage is upgradable via a standard M.2 slot, so if you ever need more space you can add another drive without opening the whole chassis. Connectivity is another area where the M1A PRO+AI tries to stay ahead. Wi-Fi 7 is built in, delivering blazing fast wireless speeds that can easily handle 4K streaming or large game downloads without choking the network. For wired users, there's a 2.5 gigabits Ethernet port, and the device supports up to 3 external monitors via DisplayPort over USB-C and HDMI. I hooked it up to a 27-inch 144Hz monitor and a 32-inch 4K TV simultaneously, and the desktop switched between them seamlessly. The only quirk I noticed is that the USB-C port doubles as the external GPU, eGPU, interface, which means you can attach a more powerful graphics card if you ever outgrow the built-in Radeon 8060s. The eGPU enclosure isn't cheap, but the option is there for power users. So who should actually buy this mini PC? If you're a gamer who wants a compact system that can handle most modern titles at 1080p, enjoys the flexibility of moving the box around, and values a clean desk aesthetic, this is a solid pick. It's also a great fit for creators who need fast storage and lots of RAM for video.